What's up folks, it's Fuzz here. Welcome back to another custom tactics video on the channel. If you're new around here, every single Monday we post a brand new custom tactics video for FIFA 22. We run through the tactics and I also have some gameplay at the end just to showcase how it plays in game. If you enjoy this sort of content, please leave a thumbs up on it. It's greatly appreciated. It helps me know you're enjoying it, it helps the algorithm, all that good stuff. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. We're making the push to try and get 1,000 subs. Can we apply for the YouTube partner program? So supporting that is greatly appreciated. And without any further ado, let's jump into the video. So this is the team that I was running for. Again, if you're new around here, I do have a big fat Serie A bias. So the team is essentially all Serie A. Caffey's in there for throwing a past and present theme. So the personnel here is pretty much spot on, I'll be honest, for what you're wanting. And we'll dive into the personnel side of things a little bit more when going through the formation and lineup. But this is the team I was using for context. Basically, these days I play golden goal in both champs finals and qualifiers, so the record side of things doesn't really matter. It doesn't really show too much, I'll be honest, because I say golden goal, if someone scores first, I'll be leaving. Trying to play the game as quickly as possible. But custom tactics wise, 4-2-2, it was a fun formation, I'll be honest. If you've been watching the videos, 5-2-1-2 has still been like by far my favorite formation and what I think is the best this year. But this 4-2-2 really stacked up closely to it. And it was just fun to play. So like we've got press after possession now, so we've got 45 width and 60 depth. So not crazy over the top on the depth, but enough that we're going to have a bit of presence combined with that press after possession loss. We're not going to give people the opportunity to build up too much. The only downside of this is when you play a top player, they can sometimes play through the press, and then obviously you're left vulnerable. To kind of gauge what sort of level you're at and what your aims are. Obviously, if you are just playing for fun, but you want to play for the pressing formation and you're playing just in rivals in your skill level, then that's fine. It's maybe when foot champs, so maybe if you're on a good run and you come up against a much higher quality player, like, I'm not saying like a pro, but close to that level, that's where it can get a bit tricky for you. But overall, it worked brilliantly for me. You should see in the gameplay how good the press is and how much you can score in the counter attack from it. I was a big fan, and that sort of combines into the offense. We've got fast build up and direct pass. We've got 55 width because we have the two cams. I kind of want them to spread out a little bit. I don't want them to be right mid and left mid, but I just want that a little bit more width, so it's not as one-dimensional really in the attack. I'm going back to 4 players in the box and 1 on corners and free kicks. Still, for whatever reason, Tammy Abraham doesn't go in the box for me. I've heard people say this is an issue following a patch where like your best header of the ball doesn't go into the box. Maybe it's to try and stop how OP that is, but it's a little bit annoying. But that's the tactic side of things. Formation wise, this is how we're lining up. I think it's a pretty standard lineup. Tonali was starting at right mid off cam, just with how it is to get everyone in chemistry. But him and Maitland-Niles are my DMs. Back line is self-explanatory. Perisic and Mkhitaryan as my cams is real nice. Perisic isn't the perfect cam. He needs that upgrade to sort of fix the dribbling boost, because his dribbling as medium just makes him a little bit not as ideal as say Mkhitaryan is, but he's still putting a really good shift for me. And then we've got Ibrahim and Balde up top. Balde's a PS merchant. Ibrahim's just been fantastic. On the instruction side of things, keeper's fully balanced. I always say you can put this on comes across as a super keeper if you want. I flip between the two. It's really a case of I remember to turn it on. I've used this Consigli card for well over a month now, and I've used a mix of custom tactics on them. If you've got a different goalkeeper, I would say run the comes across as a sweeper keeper and see how you get on with him. It kind of depends on the goalkeeper, but if it works with him, then it can be very advantageous, especially in a formation with a press. Our centre backs, you don't change anything there. Fully default, kind of standard setup. The fullback, similar to the past 2 weeks, we join the attack, overlap, and step up, and that's for both of them. For the 4-3-1-2 video and the 4-3-2-1 custom tactics for the past 2 we've done since we did the 5 at the back, this has been what I've been running, and I think for 4-back systems right now, you need this, otherwise it's so slow and boring to play. I know if you're at like a really high level of FIFA, it is going to be that, it's going to be a bit more methodical, abusing the mechanics kind of thing, but I think for the general player, even like a high level general player, you want to be playing a bit more fun FIFA and not sitting back. So for the 4 at the back, you really need to get these guys going, and then you can use your DMs to sort of cover that space, which you'll see now in a second. But join the attack, overlap, and step up almost makes these guys as good as wing backs in the 5-2-1-2. If you haven't seen that video, like basically the wing backs can abuse empty space, and you'll find that with your fullbacks in this situation, they do the same. So many opportunities where Saldi and Cafu just found space behind the opposing fullbacks, and it was fantastic. Defense side of things, you do want at least an out and out defensive player and a box to box or 2 defensive players. It's kind of up to you. You could argue 2 box to boxes here, but Tonali with his work rates and his stats is a defensive midfielder. and he's the one that you're going to want to put on drop between defenders, man mark, and cover centre. Essentially, with how much these fullbacks are going to be pushing up, having Tonali drop in between the two. So basically, you've got Luis Felipe for your two centre backs. Tonali's going to drop in between both of them, push them wider, and what that does in response is also pushes Ansaldi and Cafu a little bit further up the pitch, and then you combine that with the instructions they're on, and they can get really, really aggressive, really attacking, which works brilliantly. And then Maitland-Niles is like my box-to-box kind of player. He is on stay back, he is on cut passing lanes. But what I will say, don't look at this and think that this means you're going to have basically your two centre backs staying back the whole time and your two DMs back the whole time. What I did through most of this, and what you'll find is you get a lot of opportunities to manually pull at least one of these guys forward in an attack. Tonali and both Maitland-Niles were able to sort of rotate. When one goes forward, the other one stays back. It's kind of how it works, and they both got forward really well. Maitland-Niles isn't the perfect box-to-box yet because of the shooting stats. So maybe go for someone a little bit better in that regard. Maybe like the Modric card. If you've got an icon, you can use like those sort of players. Basically, this position you want someone who can also shoot, because they will get those opportunities. Your guy who goes drop between defenders will get opportunities too, but not as many. And then finally on the instruction side, we've got the attackers. So for the cams, we have both of them in get into the box and aggressive interceptions. We've been saying the past few weeks now, we've tested aggressive interceptions. It definitely works well on cams. Having both of these guys on it just helped me win the ball back a lot more. You can combine that with the press, with the 60 depth, your cams being aggressive on the interceptions. You can win these balls back, and then you can get counter attack opportunities, which we'll show you in the gameplay. And then for Abraham, for Baldy, as I say, he's the pace merchant in the team. He's just on getting behind. That's all you're utilising for him. He's going to break those sort of splits between the centre backs and running behind on goal. Abraham is stay forward, stay central, and also get in behind. He's our main striker. You want him to be staying forward mainly because of the height. You want him to essentially act as a target man, but without putting the target man instructions on him, because it kind of messes with how good he is in game. So having him to stay forward kind of replicates that. He is quick, but obviously he's a big man. You want him to stay central. You don't want to drift too wide. You want him to always be in those goal scoring opportunities, and then just get him behind as well to force him on the runs, because he is medium. But that was the team setup. I feel like I said the personnel was really good. The only other alternative, the things I would probably suggest is like this Caligari card, for example. If you maybe used him instead of Maitland-Niles, because he can get in the box, he can score. Awar could play there as well, so can Modric, even Zaniolo could play there for me. But that's the kind of player I think you want instead of Maitland-Niles. Perisic is perfectly fine as a cam. I did find bringing the likes of Quaresma on though made a bit of an impact around the 60th, 70th minute, so maybe that's what you'll be looking to do as well. But if all you wanted to see was the tactics instructions, that's that side of things done now. But we're going to go over now and watch some gameplay. Okay guys, so the first bit of gameplay here is going to be, as I say, a lot of this is going to be counter attacks. You can see here the two centre backs, which are last line defence. We had the 2-on-2 suggestion. We win the ball back. Cafu still high up the pitch. I did have Pellegrini playing instead of Maitland-Niles at this point. Here's how your cam is with Perisic. Just brings into the box, head of the attempt, and then the striker just finishes it off. But you can kind of see the positioning of how the fullbacks are whenever you lose the ball. So that's Ansaldi running back, Cafu running back. So it really was two centre backs. You can get left in a 2-on-2. And you just want to be able to win the ball back. And then this is kind of like, if I pause it here, you can see the line on the pitch here, kind of this setup of your cams almost become like a right wing and a left wing, and with how this works with the width, and they're both ready to get forward. Obviously it creates, depending on how someone's playing, if they've got three at the back, it can create space on either side of the wide centre backs. And then if you're playing four at the back, you would be going 1-on-1 against a full back. But Perisic gets a lot of space here. He pulls someone out, you can sort of see the space. Mkhitaryan's on the far side, which gives you a good idea of how the cams will work in this system. The second goal here actually came right off kickoff, so you can get an idea of how quick the build-up play can be. Sort of let him come in. Tonali sort of dropping there, and you can see number 5 on the pitch to make that basically a 5 back, because he's dropping between the defenders. And then boom, we're ready to attack. So at this point you can see, okay, there's not too much. We've got Tammy Abraham here, we've got Baldy here, Perisic and Mkhitaryan. You'll find your cams in these situations. I was able to distribute quite a lot from Tonali onto these cams, who are going to be making runs in behind. But I basically bring Perisic into the middle. You can see here Ansaldi making a big run down the wing. That's Cafu as well with the green boots. point into Abraham, and then just a nice little goal. The team is very strong on the counter attacks, as I was saying. It's again from kickoff, another opportunity of what you can do. I got a bit lucky there with the blocking Yarmolenko and Saldi into Tonali. So Tonali can distribute quite a lot. This is the sort of situation you'll find yourself in with obviously you got your back four there across the pitch, and then again the cams are in a similar sort of position, not quite right wing and left wing, but close enough to it. And then you're working with Tonali and Maitland-Niles as your two in the middle, and then that's whenever you can distribute. So a little bit of it's Pellegrini in this case, but a little bit in between. This is Baldy, as I was saying, he can split the centre back sometimes. Went for it there, just didn't quite get it off to it, which a heavy touch. But again, another example of sort of the breaks you can operate on. In regards to the defensive liabilities, though, it's always worth to showcase this because no formation is perfect. Obviously, I lose the ball with Pellegrini here, but with how the team is set up, you can see this is on Saturday, number 19. Cafu is on the green boots here. I'm sort of going over. He's ready to be making the run. So very quickly here, I'm essentially left in a 3-on-3. I've got my two centre backs and Saldi, and this guy's got his attackers. Cafu was tracking back. I pulled Luis Felipe, per move by me, and then he gets in with the finisher Yarmolenko. So just kind of, if you do lose the ball, that's the sort of situations you can be in. You can be stuck in 2-on-2s, 3-on-2s, and even 3-on-3s, that kind of thing. So you just need to be able to defend and be aware that this is a possibility with this system. But for me, I feel the positives outweigh the negatives in most cases. We've got another goal here. I just want to show how the fullbacks can get involved here. So Felipe wins the ball back here, but you can see already Cafu here, green boots, is making runs. He's ready for it. He's involved in this. I work for him, pass the ball off to Abraham. So it's like, this is why I find this is so strong, having those fullbacks on those instructions, because they're so eager to get forward and get involved, and it just helps you with extra goal scoring opportunities. Again, that was a really poor pass from Abraham, but Tonali wins the ball back, so you dive in the tackles, which is really strong, and that's what I'm saying. So you can see here Tonali was ready to make the run because I've made the pass. You can work with the fullbacks, get involved with your cams, and I think I just didn't get across here to Hammy, and that was the end of that. We had a nice little rage quit. Okay, so this game was very much me showcasing the 3-0 rage quit, and the pressing and the attacking was just so strong on the team. You see, we're playing a good team, so it's not like we're playing a bad team, but we still were able to really press and take advantages. So again, winning the ball back here, another opportunity. Tonali comes back, wins the ball back. Perisic happy to come back. Obviously, he's got strong defending stats. We turn with the ball out, and here you can see. Probably should be finishing that. It was a good finesse shot, which makes to see it, but it's how quickly you're able to break away with this fast build up and the direct passing. It just works an absolute wonder for me. This is the goal, actually. Perisic, yeah, just lucky with the bounces there, and you know, you can only score the opportunities you get. So you're watching this game back to get the clips. I think I got really lucky with the first two goals, but you can see Tonali ready with the distribution. The two strikers work well together. I passed this across to Abraham. It didn't quite pull off. I was going for the finesse shots, and then Baldy gets it in. But again, it's like you're winning the ball back, and you're getting a goal scoring opportunity in a matter of seconds, and it can catch most players off guard. That for a ball through by Tonali. Tried to chip with the ball, he didn't quite work out, but again, you see, you although your DM, it's Tonali who's on drop between defenders, they do get involved, they can attack well, so that's why you want them to be able to pass and shoot. It's a really strong formation, honestly. You can see you're ready from these clips. I had 5 bits of gameplay, but I think we're two bits of gameplay in already, and you see the pressing. This is how it defends. You do want fast and strong centre backs. Luis Felipe and De Vrij are two great examples of that, I'll be honest. And again here, this is Pellegrini, who's our stay back midfielder. You see him there. Work it with Baldy, and then Perisic is just sat there waiting for it. Didn't quite get the ball off to him, unfortunately. Tonali though, who's dropped between defenders, happy to win the ball back. He's so good. He's one of the best players in the game, I'll be honest. It's Tonali card. Look at him being able to dribble and finish. He's medium high, so he is definitely a defensive midfielder, but if you have this SPC completed, I would definitely be getting him in your teams, honestly. Absolute gem, especially for this system. I'm going to let this gameplay run for a little bit before the goal to sort of discuss. I said I did have 5 gameplay pieces recorded for you guys, but this is going to be the 3rd game. It's going to be the last bit of gameplay just because I think it shows it all. But this is essentially showcasing the sort of press you get. Obviously, we're pressed after possession loss. We're on 60 depth. We have our cams on aggressive interception, so when we do lose the ball as well, they're going to be very keen on that. Tonali gets into the box there, a nice little finish. Essentially, this is just constantly, you lose the ball, you push to win it back, you have your opportunity. If you lose the ball again, you push to win it back. It's just a cycle of constantly putting people under pressure. And I'd say for most players, they struggle to play out of this, they struggle to react to it, and that's when you can pick up some really easy quick wins. Like, so here defensively, obviously I let this guy get through. Not the best defender for me, but look, he doesn't get the opportunity off, can still get makes a save. Look, we're on 1 minute 44, so 1 minute 44, and we just build up here and we score. So you can see already we've got 4 players in attack who work it between the 2 DMs, which I did quite a lot with this system. Maitland-Niles gets fouled, still keeps the ball. Here we go, a little bit of interlink from the strikers, nice little finish, boom. Literally 14 seconds from whenever we had someone had a shot on our goal, we've gone up and scored. This is how perfect example of how this system works. Again, this is an idea of the press. I won the ball back with Maitland-Niles. Katie Baldy's there. Nice ball through to Abraham, I'll be honest. And then just a really clean chip. Again, that's win the ball back, fast build up, direct passing, team knows what's happening, and boom, we get another goal from it. Again, this game, I'd say, is all counter attacks. We win the ball back again. Perisic is there, he was dropping deep in his cam roll. Tonali here, able to distribute. Saldi gets forward, lovely little chip into Perisic. Team working really well. Abraham's there. A lot of L1 passes here that works wonders for you. Abraham's 6'5". He shouldn't be able to move like that. It's absolutely nuts. Again, if you missed out on him, I think you missed a gem as well. Such a good player in general. Last counter-attack opportunity here came right at the end of the half. You can see he's got the ball. The team has fallen back defensively, won back nicely. Perisic ready to make a run through. Baldy there is purely getting behind. Tammy Abraham's there as well. And again, I think I just dribbled by him, and then boom, top corner again, Tammy Abraham. I think that showcases enough of basically this formation is all about pressing, all about counter attacking. You can pass it around the back and have build up from it as well. But for me, what I mostly did was win the ball back, go up the pitch, and have an opportunity and score. So that's that video, guys. If you did enjoy it, please do leave a thumbs up on it. It's greatly appreciated. Just lets me know you're enjoying this sort of content. You guys seem to always love the custom tactics, so we're going to keep them coming every single Monday. If there's any formation in particular you want to see, please let me know down in the comments below. I go through the comments almost every single day just to get feedback and ideas from you guys. So if there's anything you want to see, please check that out. If you have like a squad building question, or you have all tactics questions, please feel free to join the Discord. It's linked down below. There's myself and a few others in there that'll be more than happy to help you out. Maybe I don't get to answer all the questions in the videos, so that's where you can get the answers to those. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. We're making that push to 1,000 subs. As I said, trying to get on the YouTube partner program. All supporting that is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for watching. The next video is probably going to be the Thursday squad building video, which will be recorded a little bit ahead of time just for some of the dates that are going to clash on that. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you in that video, and goodbye.